So, Leicester City find themselves in a bit of hot water right now. Of course, they've been relegated from the Premier League with an absolute whimper, as have all the promoted sides from last season's Championship, of course. But off the pitch, they're in a bit of hot water as well. It's not looking too great. They are potentially facing a points deduction after their relegation from the Premier League. Now, if you remember before this season even started, there were heavy rumours that Leicester were going to get a points deduction, and they managed to get out of that being their fate. Basically on a technicality. They somehow argued that the EFL were trying to charge them during the Premier League and didn't have the jurisdiction to do so. And then the Premier League were trying to charge them for their time in the EFL, something weird like that. It was really strange. They got on an absolute technicality. How they avoided a points deduction, I do not know. That loophole has apparently now been closed, though, and they are facing more penalties as a result. So let's have a look, guys. Full article here on The Guardian. Shout out to these guys for covering this because, yeah, Leicester will, of course, be wanting to bounce straight back to the top flight after being relegated, but this could very much hurt their chances of doing so. And it also might explain as well, potentially, just my own personal theory, about why Jamie Vardy is leaving. Of course, Vardy is on a lot of money, and I think he would have been an excellent striker for them next season in the Championship. But maybe now, because of these financial penalties that are coming, they can't afford him anymore. Just my theory, you know, Fox is legend for sure, no matter what, but I think there's definitely a possibility that that is what's happened here. So let's have a look what's happened, guys. Leicester City face a potential points deduction in the Championship next season after the Premier League charged the club with breaching profitability and sustainability rules. This is one of 3 alleged breaches relating to the 2023-24 season when Leicester won promotion to the top flight, which have been referred to an independent commission. So for those that don't know in English football, there is now an independent commission for this, a third party as it were, separate to the clubs themselves and the league organisers too. There is now a separate body that decides these kinds of things. That's been brought in literally in the last 12 months or so. It's a very recent change. Relegated Leicester will play in the second tier next season, but updated rules stipulate a penalty can be administered at any time after an independent panel found last year that the Premier League had no jurisdiction to charge them for allegedly breaching the PSR threshold in 22-23. Leicester had argued they could not be punished by the Premier League because they had not been relegated to the Championship when their accounting period ended on the 30th of June. That was it. That was the technicality they got off with. Clever. Very clever. The wily old foxes, eh? A tribunal ended the dispute over the 22-23 accounts, but Leicester are now facing charges relating to the following season. Leicester are also alleged to have breached the club's obligation to provide their annual accounts to the Premier League by the 31st of December 2024 and to provide full, complete and prompt assistance to the league in response to its inquiries. Leicester say they will engage cooperatively in this matter. An English Football League spokesperson said the EFL notes that the Premier League has today referred Leicester City to an independent commission for an alleged breach of profit and sustainability rules for the period ending 23-24. The EFL commenced an investigation into this reporting period following the March 2024 submissions, and as is permitted in accordance with EFL regulations, jurisdiction for that is passed to the Premier League at the conclusion of the 23-24 season on the club's promotion. We will now await the outcome of the Premier League proceedings and until then are not able to comment any further on this matter. So the quickest way to summarise that is basically during Leicester's previous promotion campaign when they got promoted to the Premier League, the season before this one, they are alleged to have gone over PSR regulations, gone over that 115 million loss for 3 seasons. So therefore, if they are found guilty of this, they could get a points deduction, just like Everton did, just like Nottingham Forest did as well. And by the sounds of things, going off of those quotes on that article as well, it may well be a very big punishment, more akin to what we saw with Everton at first, because it does seem as though Leicester are not being very forthcoming with their breaches in terms of like providing information. It sounds like they're putting roadblocks up, a bit like Manchester City. I mean, what's happening with Man City, by the way? Just a quick mention to that. That has gone so quiet. What is going on with that case? I thought we were meant to get a verdict pretty soon. But anyway, they'll escape punishment. They'll get a slap on the wrist. Let's be real here, guys. Man City are too big to punish. The English football authorities, though, will happily hand Leicester a huge points deduction. They just will. That's what they want to do, probably. So we'll see what happens, guys. Any kind of updates, I will bring you here. And it's entirely possible as well that even if Leicester get a 10-point deduction, let's just say, just for argument's sake, they may still get promoted anyway. You know, the advantage of the relegated sides from the Premier League with these parachute payments coming down to the Championship. As my club knows, I'm not judging these clubs for it. It's just the reality of the situation. You know, the advantage they have is absolutely huge over the rest of the field. Look at how high Sheffield United, Burnley and Leeds were this season. 100 points for Burnley and Leeds and like 90 odd for us below them. It's ridiculous the advantage that teams that get relegated from the Prem have. Although of course Luton only just escaped relegation, so it's not a silver bullet for every team. But your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Will Leicester get punished? Should they get punished? And if they do get punished, what will be their punishment? Your thoughts in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, have a great day wherever you are in the world today, guys, and we'll see you very soon.